This year's Slick 50 Formula Ford Championship once again promises to be a fascinating tussle between the hottest young motor racing talent from this country and abroad. Without doubt, the pre-season favourite was 19-year-old Dan Wheldon from Northampton, who finished 4th in this series last year, and he's aware of what's expected of him.
Obviously there is going to be a little bit of pressure on me because it is my second year in the championship and I have joined the Crackworks Van Diemen team. So that does put that little bit of added pressure, but it also makes it slightly easier because you are in, well, you know you're going to be in for a very good car. So that makes it easier, but there is always that pressure on, and there's some very strong guys in this championship this year, so it won't be as easy as it sounds, I don't think.
Of the rookies, Jenson Button has won European kart titles, but he realises his shortcomings.
It's a race, and I haven't raced in a Formula Ford yet, or any single-seater. That's going to be the main problem, I think. But I think after this race, we'll see what happens. I think I've got a very good chance, but a race is a race. Anything can happen.
Basically, the main threats are going to come from my teammates and the Works Miguel cars.
The main opposition is very difficult because I only know from testing. I haven't raced against any of them in the Formula Ford, so I wouldn't really know.
I think, to be honest, you've got to be on the podium nearly every race. I think that is what you've got to do, and perhaps along the way, possibly 4 or 5 wins. I think that is going to win the championship this year.
The championship's a very long, hard championships of 13 rounds, and this is just the start, so there's a long way to go.
Button at least got away to a reasonable start at a soaking round 1 at Thruxton. Wheldon's engine was 1 cylinder short of a full 4, and he didn't complete a lap. Conditions were treacherous, requiring the lightest touch and finesse. Ulsterman Derek Hayes had led off the line, but Scotland's Craig Murray eased alongside at the end of lap 1 and nipped into the lead, looking remarkably at ease in the wet conditions. Dutchman Ricardo van der Ende showed how easy it was to get it all wrong on the slippery track. And he wasn't the only one. But no such problems for Glaswegian Craig Murray in the Mick Gardner run Van Diemen. A comfortable victory over Hayes in 2nd place, just ahead of Jenson Button in an already promising 3rd. Murray had certainly excelled in the conditions and could look forward to the coming season with some confidence.
I always knew we were quick enough to do the damage. I think we didn't really get the best press we could have, and it showed on the track, so hopefully now people will sit up and notice. It's really been a capability that's always been there within myself and within the team, and we've got a good package now, and it's all just starting to roll together.
Button and Hayes were once again on the front row for round 2 at Silverstone, but the on-form Murray was challenging as they headed into the first corner. This time it wasn't quite so dramatic in midfield. Although further back, Mark McKenna and Steve Reeves tangled, neither of them suffering injury. Behind Murray and Button, Wheldon was pushing hard and managed to overtake Button for 2nd, as did Works Van Diemen teammate Marcus Ambrose, whose father co-founded Van Diemen. But telltale smoke from the rear end of his car soon spelt the end for Ambrose, who disappeared across a gravel trap and out of the race with a puncture. Button tried to take 2nd off Murray, who had been demoted by new leader Wheldon. He managed to get past once, only for the more experienced Craig Murray to retake the karting champion. But Button need not have worried. On lap 7, Murray ran out of brakes and thumped into Wheldon, causing the pre-season favourite's 2nd retirement in as many races. Murray tried to continue, but that's too much toe-in for any racing car. He was left to ponder what might have been in the pits. And he wasn't the only one in trouble. Van der Ende tried to overtake Per Christian Morland's Miguel for 3rd place, and they tangled, but both were able to rejoin, eventually finishing 7th and 8th. Button, however, was home and dry and came through to take his first motor racing win in only his 2nd single-seater outing. Derek Hayes finished 2nd again, making it a Hayward Racing Miguel 1-2, prompting a Van Diemen crisis meeting, for favourite Daniel Wheldon had yet to finish, and Jenson Button already had 24 points.